welcome back to another episode on Two Puerto Ricans and a Black Girl. Our Girl the Love Guru is back in effect, you guys. Woo woo! Thank you. Today's topic is how do you break up? I guess like the do's and the don'ts of breaking up. It's a good one. I am the Dope Widow.
Hey guys, I am the Love Guru.
And I'm Mimi, your lifestyle diva, and welcome to this episode. Welcome back, cutie.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy to have you. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into this because it's tricky. The question to ask is tricky because how do you break up with somebody? That all depends on the person. Like some people are really tacky with it and they send text messages or they just ghost you or, you know, like those type of things I think you shouldn't do. So what do you ladies think is the right protocol in breaking up with somebody?
Well, I got a list of things.
Whoa, okay, do
that I think should entail when you break up with someone. I think first of all, you need to be sure that this is something that you want to do, because a lot of times people break up, they play this breakup and get back together game. Like, you know, oh, I'm breaking up with you, and then 2 days later, they're back together. So I think if you really want to break up with someone, you have to make sure that this is something that you want to do. I also have on my list what you just said. I think you should break up with someone face to face. I think people are very tacky these days and they use the internet, email, or that terrible text message, you know. I think it's disrespectful, first of all. I think if you were with somebody for a certain amount of time, I think the least you should do is give them the respect of telling them face to face. I think that you should think about what you want to say, like how you want to break up. I don't think you should be nasty with it. I think, you know, if you love this person and you were in a relationship with them, just like I said, you know, you should break up with them and give them the respect of doing that face to face. But you should also respect them by saying it in an easy way, like being like having empathy for them. You know, put yourself in their shoes. If somebody was breaking up with you, how would you want them to do it? You know, just being considerate of the person's feelings. That's what I think. And I have a couple more things on my list, but I'll let Gigi.
I agree with those same ways that you should break up with someone. And I also think that it should be done like in public. And I think that the in public really depends on maybe the kind of relationship you're in will also determine your breakup. Like if it's somebody you kind of just like, okay, whatever, and you guys already know that you both have reached that point, you're not compatible, maybe the text message will be like, look, babe, you already know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is. All right, deuces. You know what I mean? If it's a relationship and maybe the other person, I think one side always has an idea. One person can't think it's going to be a breakup and the other one's like, da, 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 unless they have a whole nother life.
You could feel it. You could feel it.
I think you feel definitely the energy.
Yes.
And so that definitely requires like a face-to-face. But if it's like a toxic relationship, I'm either in public or I'm going to ghost you. Like I'm just going to disappear and change my numbers and change everything. It all depends, I think, on the relationship that you
know what? But that also scares me because you said if it's toxic. I think if I was dating someone who's toxic and I ghost them, because we have been in a relationship, you don't know how that person is going to react with you ghosting them. They may stalk you. So I think that I would sit down and at least have a conversation with them. And yes, I would definitely do it in public, because you never know their reaction. If it was a toxic relationship, you want to do it in public, you know, so that you're in a safe space. But I think if you ghost them, I think their reaction would be worse.
So I think more the ghost for me would be more so if I'm like in an abusive relationship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to sit down and talk to you because no matter where I'm at, you might be in the past. If it's a situation like that, there's no conversing.
No.
Food is not there. Grab your kid, grab whatever, and leave. Like leave everything and leave for your safety.
I agree.
But like I think that's the only time you should really do the ghosting on somebody, even if it's a situation where the person is, you just don't want to be bothered. You just want to not be in this anymore. You just feel like there's no way you can get through to this person. I still don't think that you should ghost somebody. Like they still want to know. You just left it open like that. Like
Yeah.
we were together, now we not together. So I do agree with that ghosting thing. But you know how you know how most people are when you tell them we need to talk. Most people
They already know. They already know.
because sometimes, but you every time you say that, it's not a bad thing because I've said that and it's not. I really need to talk to you, and wasn't something bad. It was something that I felt like maybe something was said or I felt like just something I wanted to let you know that we needed to talk about. But when you say that, so sometimes like you got to think about your wording because soon alarm flags go off when you use certain. That's like those are like hot points right there.
Mm-hmm.
But, another question I have for you. So has anybody ever broke up with you ladies?
Has anyone ever broken up with me? Let me think.
Everybody's broken up with me. But it's not me. It's you. It's definitely not me.
I don't remember, to be honest. Like I'm trying to think my one of my first relationships. My first serious relationship, let me say that. We were together for 3 years and he broke up with me. Yeah. I was still like in love with him. And I still loved him. But I guess he wasn't there anymore. Like he didn't have those feelings for me anymore. And he broke up with me. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think I was like 20, but we had been together for 3 years. So yeah, I've been broken up with, ladies.
It happens to everybody. It's life. You know what I'm saying? You made it through all this time. You experienced, everything.
Have you ladies been broken up with?
I don't recall being broken up with like, I think it's not
me. You do the breaking of the hearts.
It's not you, it's me. I don't know. Like
that's why she's the diva.
I think it's been. I've had a relationship where, and it's probably going to sound crazy to people, where we just stopped talking. Like I just stopped talking to them, or they stopped talking to me, and then I don't. But like, I guess that's a breakup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, set. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, how do people break up with people? I think you really need to be forthcoming with people and be honest with them. Like, this is not working for me because this is somebody's feelings here. That's not fair to just,
Another thing I think that when we break up, I think don't leave things open, like open-ended. Make sure that you are direct with your breakup and don't leave it open for hope. Like, maybe if things change, maybe we'll get back to, no, don't do that, because that's giving them a false sense of hope. Like, you know what, maybe if I change, we can get back together. No, if you really done and this relationship has run its course, I think you should be direct with your breakup, direct with your words, as Mimi just said, and let them know how it is, but don't leave it open-ended where, they're getting a false sense of hope, that you guys can get back together.
That actually happened to me with who I thought was the love of my life, but I think he was the one who really showed me, prior to my husband, of course, what love is supposed to look like and feel like and sound like. So that breakup was hard. And I remember that when he broke up with me, he's like, look, I love you, but I'm just not sure if I'm in love with you. So looking back, I guess I can appreciate that honesty, but in that moment, it's like, what the hell do you mean? So he's like, he needed some time. Girl, I went through it. I remember that this one over here had to, like, I think she like saw him or called him. It was like, listen, my girl's going through this. You have to let her know what it is, or you're gonna get back with her or you're not. And he didn't, but girl, I lost like 20 pounds in a week. I was done, girl. You would thought that I was a widow back then. I was like, what is happening? That made me
life was over.
Girl, it made me go to church. Found Jesus. It was a hot mess.
I can't deal with her. She found Jesus.
Like, when we broke up, I probably was about, I don't know, 27-ish, 27, 28. And I was older than him about maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Met in college, and just really a great person. But yeah, girl, I was done. I was done. So yeah, the others, the first one was Lucifer. I ran away from his butt. I was like, oh no, this is over. Change
Yeah.
numbers, blah blah blah. The other breakups, you go, you hurt for a little bit. It's like, all right, this wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, when it's not that serious, you like, yeah,
Yeah.
And I think those qualify too as something maybe you don't have to do in person. Like when you haven't been dating that person for that long, like it's only been a couple of months and y'all still in the getting to know you phase. It's like, do you owe this person to sit down?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Not if it's a couple of months. I mean, you could tell them, listen, this is not working out. I don't feel like I want to see you anymore, whatever. But I don't think you owe them a sit down. Not if it's a couple of months in.
And especially if it's a couple of months and there's no seriousness. It's not like a consistent couple of months. It's been sporadic. I don't really owe you anything.
Right. So I just want to circle back around what Jackie said, giving somebody a false sense of hope. And so how do you ladies feel about that? Like going, circling back to somebody who you've been with?
I have. I didn't think that I would want to do that. Right. I thought that at the moment, okay, it's done, we're over or whatever. And then, like you take a break and then they come back around and then the conversation is spicy and, they start to pull you in again. And then you fall back into that same rut, that same routine. You think it's going to be different this time. And you're like, this is the reason why I broke up with them, But yeah, I think everybody maybe once or twice falls back into that little trap again. Like after you break up and you're not seeing anybody at this moment, and you're not lonely, but you're just not with anybody and they just happen to text you. And, you start talking and the conversation is cute, is interesting. And here you go again, back in the same old mess.
Pineapples.
You speechless?
Wait, no, I
have think, you?
Yeah, I think that.
Talk about it.
Choose my words wisely.
Yes, please.
I can't believe she's speechless today.
I think that you rewind back around. You don't rewind back around when it's things that were toxic or any little thing, any form of toxicness that was in a relationship. I don't think you should circle back around.
I agree.
I think you can circle back around. I mean, it's up to each his own, but for me, I think you can circle back around when you guys separated because you went your separate ways because you moved different places or you grew apart, something like that, but you always had something in your heart for this person and then your roads met again. Or that person is always like, I've never had in my heart to even want to consider going back to somebody else except for one person. So that was my thing. Like, and it was never even a thought for me. Like, oh, if I dated you and we broke up, we broke up clearly for a reason. Like, I don't want to circle back around. But this person, they're always there in my, like, why is this being contained for this person? So yeah.
Unfinished business.
Definitely unfinished business, and the love is still genuinely there.
Yeah.
What say you, Gigi? Eating your popcorn?
Well, well, of course, with Lucifer, that's teenagers. You always break up. One day you broke up, the next day you're back together. So for me, that doesn't even.
Right. I mean, now in your adult life.
In my adult life, no, I have not. But I did at one point when I broke up with that the individual. I'm sorry, when they broke up with me, that definitely would have been a person that I would have gone back to because their qualities were amazing. It's just that it wasn't our time. And we then maybe it would have been our time. I will be in a different place. He'll be more mature and prepared for certain things. Then maybe we would have worked out then, but it wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't in the cards for us. But yeah, he was definitely a person because he had great qualities, a great, genuine person. It wasn't he wasn't a bad individual. So
I think that was perfect what you said. That's what I was looking for. That's why I just couldn't get that together. It wasn't our time
mhm.
when we were together. Like some people, you meet them and you're like, oh man, if I could have met you next lifetime.
Yes.
Or, it's some people who you will genuinely meet them and you're like, it's just a spark automatically. But you're with somebody or they're with somebody, it's like, oh, I can't be with you because I'm with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or so I definitely, that was perfect. Yeah, I don't feel like when we were together, even though we were like a kindred spirit, I don't feel like it was our time.
It wasn't
at those times. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. And that's good. So obviously you were still friends with this individual.
I was still friendly with them. I wasn't friends. Like if they called or if I bumped into them, of course I would see them. But I'm saying, because I say friends is, people that I have, I talk to them. I have, I'm going hanging out with them. So yes, he was a friend, but I didn't, because I wouldn't say we were friends at the time because we weren't hanging out. We weren't talking regularly. That's what I consider a friend, who I talk to, give information to. But if I saw him, we would definitely been friendly. Always would have been friendly with him, but always have love for him. So it wouldn't even matter about the friendship. People have always had legitimate love for each other. Yeah.
Okay, and so do you guys, kind of along of after the breaking up, do you guys keep in touch with your exes? Like you guys are friendly or cordial with your exes, or once they become your ex, you're like deuces after the breakup?
Yeah, I'm not friends with any of my exes.
Okay.
I don't even know about them.
Not the word friends, but cordial. Might be.
No, I don't. I don't keep in touch with any. I don't keep in touch with any of my exes.
Okay.
None.
No, me either, except for this one.
I mean, I've with this individual, definitely we've developed a type of a friendship, but not like, we're not besties. We don't talk every day or every month, but definitely, shout out once in a blue moon, just how someone's doing,
No, I would take that back because I do have one person, but who I'm still I'm friends with. But they're married, they have children and everything. But that's because one of my dearest friends, he's their cousin. So they're, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I mean, some Facebook friends, we have each other's numbers, and once in a blue moon we check up on each other.
Yeah.
There was a genuine love there, and our relationship wasn't toxic. It was a good relationship.
Right.
We just
I think
for each other.
Yeah, when it's relationships like that it wasn't toxic,
Right.
you don't hate each other, it just didn't work out because it just didn't work out. And you guys parted amicably. I think there can be a friendship. Not I don't mean like a friendship you talk every day, but like Gigi said, you'd reach out once in a blue moon. Hey, how are you? How's your family? You're just making sure that they are okay and letting them know that you're also okay.
Yeah. We even hung out once. Thought that was cool.
I think some people, maybe that was what the role they were supposed to be in your life. Maybe some people you weren't even supposed to be in an intimate relationship with them. And I don't mean that, intimately, just sexually, like in an intimate relationship where you were boyfriend, girlfriend. Like maybe some people find such a good, genuine friendship with exes because they were supposed to be just friends.
I mean, I do believe this individual was probably in my life to show me what
love.
Okay.
And how my role, right? Because in hindsight, you look back and you're like, damn, I would have been a little different, done this and that, or on their end. When you reflect, things would probably have been a lot different for us, right? But it prepared me for my husband, right? And things that I had to bring to the table and change up a little bit. When I was looking back at the relationship, what I brought to the table, what I didn't bring to the table. And definitely in hindsight now, being a widow and looking at past relationships, present relationships, I'm like another individual when you think about it, because I'm reflecting on two positive relationships, on things that might have been similar, things that they've stated that I needed to change so that I could be better in a current relationship, or, so I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So wrapping up, do you guys keep in touch with the family? Like, you may not talk to the ex-boo, but sometimes we develop a bond with maybe a parents, or with siblings, do you guys cut all ties? Do you break up with the families as well?
No, I have a sister of one of my exes that she's come to my events, like my women empowerment events. She's come out to dinner for my birthday with my family. We keep in touch. We go to brunch every now and then. We text. We're friends on Facebook. Yeah, and we don't even talk about him. Like, I don't even ask about him. We're just genuine friends. Like, we created a bond. And it was funny because when I was in the relationship with him, she was not the sister that I was close to. I was close to another sister. And it's funny, I don't talk to the one that I was close to, but her and this one developed a relationship, and we just remain friends, and we talk all the time. And like I said, it was that she came to one of my events, which I thought was like, wow, you know? And then that day of that event, it was my birthday. So I was going to dinner with my family, and I invited her. I was like, do you want to come? She came with her boyfriend, and we had a beautiful time, and we're still friends.
Nice.
I think if you have formed a genuine friendship with somebody, I mean, it's hard just to cut off a friendship because friends are hard to come by. Like, you don't grant everyone that space in your life to say that they are. But I think it's easier to do it when you weren't like, I think when you were married to somebody, you can't just say that you were gonna not be friends with their family anymore, because now y'all probably have kids together and all that kind of, so you're gonna still be in contact with their family. I think for somebody like me who, you know, I've never been married, so if I break up with somebody and I don't want to be close to their family anymore, it's like I don't have no bond connection, you know, family tie, anything like that. But I think if you genuinely had a friendship with somebody, that you shouldn't give it up just because you're not with that person. You just have to set the boundaries that, listen, I'm not gonna be talking about him all the time, and I'm sure they don't want to talk about it all the time either. So, how about you, G? Do you have any friends that are?
Not really. I mean, a parent of a parent of an individual, yeah. Just kind of Facebook. I mean, we have each other's numbers, but just more so Facebook. Once in a blue moon, hey, thinking of you. Like I said, maybe once a year, twice a year, because there was a genuine love there. So when there's a genuine love, even if you don't talk every day, you still generally want to make sure that other person is okay, you know? Doing or whatever once a year, twice a year. Not going over for dinner, but I'm sure if I wanted to, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I just think where you can't stay friends with somebody is if that person that you broke up with is still trying to get back together with you or something like that.
Exactly.
Then it's like, oh, you know, girl, I'm so sorry. Because, you know, because they're going to always be asking you about me, and then, you know, trying to use you to get to me. And I just don't feel like being bothered with that.
I don't know.
If it's drama, then I don't want to be. But if we can still genuinely be friends, then yeah, I'm not going to lose a friend because I'm not with this person anymore.
But it's just that one individual. That's it. No one else really.
Yeah, but I don't have any exes who I'm still friends with, like their family members like that.
No, me neither. I think that once you kind of break up, and to be real with you, had it not been for social media, I might not have even spoken to the ex, because people pop up on your stuff and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? So because of mutual friends and stuff like that. So had it not been, would I still once a year maybe reach out to them or parents or family? I may not. Because people are so easily accessible right now. Yeah. You become a Facebook buddy.
Yeah.
You know, a little happy birthday shout out, little happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day, little things like that, you know, without having a conversation. You hit send, boop, a little like emoji, thumbs up. That's your communication.
Right. Isn't that something? That's crazy.
It's completely different than if they were in social media. You're not going to be in each other's homes. You're not going to pick up the phone to call them, because that's like a little awkward. But on social media, I could send you a cute little message. Hey, little balloons. That's not a big deal.
Moving.
You
know what's so crazy with social media now? It's like some people that you broke up, that they know that they should not be reaching out to you.
Ah!
And they have the nerve to be DMing you and do, like, can we be sending friend requests and all kind? Like, I've had a couple of guys who I'm like, now you know, I don't want nothing doing with you. Like, you, like, it got the nerve to direct message you, like, make it private too, sending you a message. That is so terrible. I hate that direct messages sometimes. I love it and I hate it. Do y'all be having people hitting y'all up in your DMs?
Thank God, no.
Because I'm never on social media, so.
Thank God, no.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
had
have to deal with
a
that.
couple. I've had a couple, and I was like, really? No. No. This wasn't even a good, when we were together, it wasn't good. Now you're going to try to be like, hey, how you doing?
Funny.
Oh, God. I had another question, but I can't find it. Anybody else got anything else to say on this?
No, I think I made all my points.
It looked like Giselle got something else to say.
Because I'm kind of thinking, I can't remember, you know, I'm all old and stuff. Did we talk about, because I have a question here about, would you get back together with your ex once you break up with them? Would you
We
get
talked
back
about
with them?
I said, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would you?
I don't know, I'm in a completely different place.
It depends on what the circumstances were. It depends on, like, it can't be like we were beating each other up or he was cursing me out.
Yeah, like it has to depend on the reason why you broke up in the first place. If it was something that was detrimental to the relationship or detrimental to each other, like you like Mimi said, you were hitting each other, you were physical with each other, there was verbal abuse. If there was any type of abuse during the relationship, my answer is an absolute no.
Absolutely no. Right. And
But
like you said, it wasn't the right time. Maybe it wasn't the right time for y'all.
Exactly. If it was something like that, like Gigi said, you know, he wasn't ready for a serious relationship and she was ready for it and it just wasn't the time, but the relationship was a good relationship, and then he came back and said, you know what, Gigi, I'm ready, I would definitely, I would consider it.
Yeah, if I was available, yeah.
Yes, if I was available, yes, I would consider going back.
Yeah.
If it was something like what Gigi described, yes.
Some things happen and it's not the right time. Like you were too young.
Mm-hmm.
This person went away to school or something like that. You know, I had all those scenarios happen with this person. That's why, in the fact that I genuinely still have love for this person. So it's like, okay, I don't see no reason not to.
Love is in the air.
Yeah. Some people
it's brewing.
Some people
I feel it.
Season, right? Some people are seasonal and others.
Yeah.
And then again, going back to an old show about true love, I mean, I believe that you have like that one true love, maybe two true loves. Like, maybe this true love always finds its way back to you. That person you're supposed to be with always makes its way back to you.
So you think there's really only one or two true loves?
From my personal definition of what true love is, and that is like not me picking the individual, but God really sending me that individual. I kind of look at it like that's a true love. And if God sends it to you, it might be once or twice that he's sending you a true love. Depending on,
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just something about when you love somebody, like it's just some kind of energy and spark that's there that you like, you just can't run away from it. Like you try to run away, because I'm a runner.
You're a runaway bride?
I'm a runaway bride. That's part of the reason too why I haven't gotten married, because I always I could have been married, but I always said, what if this happened? Or what if this happened?
Stop self-sabotaging. We do that all the time. We do it all the time. I'm guilty of self-sabotage.
Yep.
I always think of the negative things that could happen instead of thinking of the positive things that can happen. And that's what makes me second guess the relationship or second guess the person. I do it to myself. Like I have to say, I think sometimes my relationships have gone awry because I self-sabotage.
Oh, for sure. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aw.
Definitely. But I definitely think I was going to be runaway bride. I mean, I've told you this. I told my mom, she was like, please don't do that. My mom, I was like, I think I'm going to get up there and I'll be like looking at the altar, looking at the, I can't do it. That's a lot of pressure.
Pastor, hold please.
Oh my God, them people looking at you, walking down the aisle and stuff. No, I don't know.
It shouldn't feel like pressure if you're ready.
Right, exactly.
If that's something that's on your heart and you really love this person and we talked about it the other day, not saying that you can't live without them, but you don't want to be without them. When you're walking down that aisle, you know you're walking down to the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, the person that makes you feel like the best version of you when you're with them, the one that inspires you, the one that loves you no matter what. You know, he loves everything about you. You know, he makes you feel safe. That's one of the biggest things for me, safety, that I feel safe when I'm with that person, that I don't feel like, I don't feel any kind of threat in my relationship whatsoever. Not even when we argue. You know, we argue and we have a healthy argument, because there's healthy arguments in relationships, not that toxic argument where you're degrading each other and, you know, he's speaking to you in a condescending way as if he's your dad, or making you feel less than who you are, or you making him feel less than who he is, you know, stripping him of his manhood, you know, kind of those things. But that person is like, he's everything, even in those healthy arguments, you know, that you both grow through that, you know, and your relationship grows through that, then it shouldn't feel like pressure when you're walking down that aisle.
You're absolutely right. And I feel like when you can pull up even all the little things that get on your nerves, like we always talk about that, like the things that get, like when you know you can be content with those things, like, because everybody got their shit.
Yeah.
This is why, you know, when you go into relationships, you have to just step into it. You know what I'm saying? When it's and say, okay, can this outweigh this? And most of the time, yes, like, and you can't move on emotion, because last week when me and G were talking, I was definitely very emotional, moving on emotions. I don't know if somebody saw me, you could say pineapples. That was just like a word for me to take caution of what you say. Yeah, so you have to really be like, okay, this is just something this person is saying now, or they feeling this way. It is what it is. But you have to know that you can take these things from this person. Like everybody can't. Like everybody you don't want to, you're not going to tolerate nothing from them. It's like, but when it's the person, you're going to tolerate like whatever it is.
Yeah. And when you make that conscious decision of tolerating, they might say, oh, something a little different. And this in turn is going to help make that person a better person. Right? If they know these are things I'm doing, these are things that are the 10% that gets on your nerves, they might be a little bit more aware of it and make those decisions to, you know, let me not say this, let me not act this way, let me not move this way, because this person doesn't like it. But if we're reactionary, then they're not going to have that opportunity. They're just going to be mad as well.
Right.
I have a question, ladies.
Yes.
What's a deal breaker that would make you break up with someone? What is one thing that's a deal breaker that would make you break up? Like you cannot tolerate that.
Me would be physical abuse. The minute that you even raise your hand to even try to hit me, oh, you gotta go. I'm not tolerating that. Not in my old age. I wouldn't tolerate it anyway later before. But now for sure, oh no, my stuff. Peaches
I'm like all apart right now.
And you, Mimi?
Right, I usually don't date no guys that's kind of like small. Like I like a big guy. Like I can't be having nobody raise no hand to me. So I'll have to say, I would say the same thing, physical abuse, because I'm so comfortable with just like, okay, if I do I want to be by myself? Like, who I have intention on now is somebody who I could see me riding this out with. But if I'm not with them, I'm still gonna be fine. So like, I'm not gonna put up with nothing from somebody doing something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely being abusive, because I can't imagine somebody hitting on me.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a couple of things, but I think that's an absolute deal breaker.
That's for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you. The physical abuse will be like, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go. Just the first
Yes.
moment that I see that's a thing. No,
Right.
you got to go.
Because
But I got little things too that get on that I would be a deal breaker for me, like smoking cigarettes.
That's for me too. You can't smoke. I'm sorry, we won't have a date soon.
A cigarette smoker?
Or a chronic drinker. It's okay
Oh,
to
yeah.
be socially drinking, but all of a sudden,
When you wake up drinking? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, you are alcoholic, right? Yeah.
Drinking.
Yeah, like it's little things too that would be like, okay, like these things got to be repaired, or we not going to be able to be, you know.
I can't deal with a lazy person.
And lazy in what aspect?
Like, I'm an active person. Like, I'm always doing something. Like, even if I'm home, I'm always either washing clothes, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing something. Yes, I do take that time to lay down and watch TV and relax and meditate and things like that. But I can't just be with a man that just goes to work, comes home and just lays down in the bed. I can't do that. Like, that's lazy for me. I can't do that. If I'm cleaning and cooking and doing whatever, you need to be doing something as well. And I know that he works hard and I know that he's tired, but we have to pull our weight, equal weight here. I just can't have a man go to work, come home and lay down. And just because he's paying the bills, I'm doing the same as you. I just can't.
To help you with like housework and stuff like that?
Yeah. I agree. And if it's not the housework, like, go make sure I have gas in my car. Make sure the car is clean. I just need him to be doing something. I can't have the man just laying in bed sleeping. I can't do it. I cannot. That's a deal breaker for me. It is. It's a big one for me.
I agree with you on the laziness, but I've never dated a man who was not like always doing.
That's why let me tell you, and that's the reason why, because I've never dated a man that has been lazy. I've always dated men. And I was with my husband for over 20 years. That man was not a lazy man. He active all the time. So that's what I'm accustomed to. And I cannot go back on that. I definitely can't.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would have a problem if he didn't, like, if the house is a hot, shitty mess and I'm cooking and you see the house is a mess, come on, yeah, like, help me out with that. Like, I totally agree with you on that. But if I had a man who worked hard and he paid all the bills and he came home and took a shower and lay down, I don't know that I would have a problem.
I'd be mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at that. But that's all he does 7 days a week?
Okay, no. Yeah.
Like, you
go to work, come home, take a shower, you cooking, you serve him his food, and all he's doing is laying down 7 days a week. I have a problem with that.
Right.
I can't.
Like, he needs to have something else that he does.
Exactly.
Besides sleeping. I can't do it. I can't do it.
What's your hobby? Sleeping?
Yes, like, there's nothing else. Or I'm bored, so I'm going to sleep. No, find something to do.
Right.
I don't know. I just can't. I can't tolerate that.
I feel you.
That's a deal breaker for me. Like, I would break up with somebody over that. I definitely would. I don't know, call it superficial. I don't know what you want to call it, but I can't.
Superficial is because it's part of your nature, because you're such a go-getter and, moving. Like, I don't think, like, I have a person who they're entrepreneurial, and a lot of entrepreneurs have that energy and that spirit that they think everybody should be an entrepreneur. I stepping into that pool now, see the benefits of being an entrepreneur, but that's not for everybody.
No, it isn't. It definitely isn't.
There's workers out there, and the people that are working for you, for your business, you wouldn't have those workers if everybody was an entrepreneur. Somebody has to do the day-to-day work.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of entrepreneurs have to get that in their head that everybody is not cut from that cloth to be an entrepreneur. So when we say you think they need to find a hobby, like they need to learn how to do some arts and crafts or build or do something that's not laying in the bed.
Yeah.
Right. It don't have to be like another business or something like that.
No, it doesn't have to be a business. Absolutely not. Find I don't know, find something you're interested in and take a workshop, take a class, read a book, write, do something. But I just cannot have somebody who goes to work, comes home and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
I can't do it. That is a deal breaker for me because that's not who I am. And no, I can't.
Right.
That's a big one for me. It is. It really is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see, that's why we say, you have those big ones and you have those smaller ones that come underneath that you really won't be able to deal with too. That's one of yours. Like the cigarette thing for me, that is like when I'm outside and I'm like, people, like I don't even get people that smoke and forgive me, people that smoke. I don't want to judge, but I just don't get it. The smoking, with all the things that they show and you always get a smoker that goes, well, you're going to die somehow, but I'm not, that's always they retort. Oh, you got to die some way, but I'm not just putting something in my body that I know can physically bring, anyway, I don't even want to get on that. But I just don't like it's in your clothes and it's on your breath and
in your hair.
And I'm very on a man smelling good.
Me too.
So if you smell like my favorite cologne and cigarette smoke, that's not a good combo. And kissing somebody with cigarette breath? Oh, no way. No way. Yeah, that's okay. Those are my things. You have any more, Gigi, that you know that this is an absolute no?
No, that was pretty much it. And the smoking.
And I guess somebody that has BO too, right?
Oh, Lord Jesus. You won't even go on a first date.
Girl, I was going to say, girl, I would not. Forget about that.
People will spiffy up for you for the first date and you won't know. And then you find out that they have BO. That's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
No, I can't deal with that.
BO is a no-no.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so the abuse for me, the cigarette smoking, and BO. Can't do.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Those are my things, ladies. So
yeah. Those are mine too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm done. So next time,
on
with someone. Oh, 2 Puerto Ricans and a
Black Gurl. Bye, ladies.
It's a talent, this popcorn.